Welcome back to Anderson's Smoke Show. Meatloaf is one of those things that you either love it or you hate it, and I'm gonna show you a very simple recipe that you will absolutely love. Stick around and see how we do it. If you're new here, I'm here to show you that backyard barbecue can be fun and easy, so be sure to subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell so that you can keep up with my latest content. Be sure to like the video, write me a comment, and let me know what you think. Now let's get this meatloaf prepared and get it into the smoker. All right, I'm here today to share with you my mother's meatloaf recipe, and one of my favorite things about this recipe is the fact that this mimics my grandmother's Italian meatballs. So it's very simple. We've got equal parts pork and beef, we've got eggs, we've got Parmesan cheese, we've got salt, we've got parsley and garlic, and we've got breadcrumbs. I'm gonna put the recipe down in the description. That recipe is for a 1-pound meatloaf. We are quadrupling it today and we are making a 4-pound monster meatloaf. I've done another meatloaf in the past with the same recipe, but I wrapped it in bacon and I stuffed it with mozzarella cheese. I'll put a link up here. You can check it out if you're interested. But today we're just going a little simpler. So I've got my pork and my beef, and I'm just gonna start to sprinkle these ingredients in and start mixing that up real good. And you want to make sure that you get that beef and that pork mixed up really well. All right, I got the parsley and the garlic. Make sure we get all of that out of the cup there. And we'll start mixing that into. Might as well get the eggs as well. And we'll start working with some of these breadcrumbs. I'm not gonna mix all of these in at once. We'll mix them in a little bit at a time. We'll add the rest of the breadcrumbs in. Whew, this meat is so cold. Doesn't help that it's about 18 degrees outside today. And just keep folding that meat around in this bowl. Get those breadcrumbs, get the egg, get the garlic and the parsley, the Parmesan cheese, the salt, get all of that mixed in real well. Depending on how moist the meat is, you may or may not have to add a little bit of water. Do about a tablespoon at a time. That way you don't overdo it. But this meatloaf here looks like it's gonna be just fine. It's sticking together pretty well, but it's not too sticky. All right, now that we've got this meatloaf mixed up well, I got some foil here. I've got myself a wire rack. We're gonna get this thing loaved up, and just take your bowl, plop your meatloaf right down on there. And so just using my wire rack as a gauge to see how big of a meatloaf I want to make. Go something like so. And we're just going to press that down a little bit. I'll even use my foil to help smooth that out. And it's ready to transfer onto this wire rack. And you can almost just roll this right on to the wire rack, just like so. All right, so we've got this meatloaf all prepared on the wire rack. It's ready to go into the smoker. Now we've just got to get that Masterbuilt Gravity Series 560 fired up so we can get this going. All right, so I already have some charcoal left in here from my last smoke. That's my chicken wings that I did on this Masterbuilt Gravity Series with the new Masterbuilt lump charcoal. I'll put a link up here. I'm gonna start off by putting some hickory wood down in here, and there is still some charcoal left, so I don't need to go too crazy. And I'm gonna put a couple chunks of cherry as well. Then I'm gonna top it off with the Masterbuilt lump charcoal. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that last cook, I was pretty impressed with this charcoal. That charcoal burned really well. There wasn't a ton of ash, and truthfully, it tastes good. All right, so I've got the new Masterbuilt fire starters. I took 3 squares from it. I'm gonna use that to get going. They're perfect because they slide right into that slot perfectly. I'm using my butane torch, but these things work so well, you can use just a regular lighter. And these fire starters are great. They catch on fire really quickly, and they just work to get this hopper going as fast as possible. Definitely better than what I've been using. Fire starter's lit. We're gonna give this a few minutes to get that hopper going too. We'll see you then. All right, that hopper is rolling good now. Pull out these air vents, and I just pull them out just about all the way and leave them in, just like so. I'm gonna get the ash clean out door closed, the hopper lid closed. I'm gonna come over here, turn the controller on, go to temperature. We're gonna set this to 250 degrees. That fan kicks on. We are gonna be rolling here in just a few minutes. All right, this 4-pound monster Italian meatloaf is ready to get into that smoker, which is set to 250 degrees. Let's get it in. Now I put the upper rack in the middle configuration, and I'm using this wire rack just to make it easy for transporting it. I'm gonna set it right here. Today I'm gonna be using my Thermoworks Smoke X2. I've got a meat probe and an air and grate temperature probe. I'm gonna use this to monitor because a lot of people have asked how well this Masterbuilt performs in the winter, and it's 18, 20 degrees outside today. We're gonna put it to the test. So since we've got the Masterbuilt everything set up right in the center, I'm just gonna leave that probe right there. And I want this to be centered on the meatloaf. So go about right here, just like that. And this Smoke XT2 is a great long-range wireless 2-probe system. They run about $100. If you're interested, I'll put a link down in the description to that, and my Thermapen MK4. So we've got this meatloaf in at 250 degrees. We're gonna monitor that internal temperature until it hits 160, because with meatloaf, we've got that pork mixed in, we got that beef, and it's ground meat. We wanna make sure that we hit that right internal temperature of 160 degrees. We'll check in periodically, but there's not gonna be a lot to see, and we'll see you then. All right, we've had the meatloaf in the Masterbuilt for 2 to 3 hours now. We're reading an internal temperature of 148 degrees. I want to base this with some fresh tomato basil sauce from Little Italy here in Cleveland. So I brought it out in my measuring cup here so that I could just get in and drizzle this over the top. Since this is an Italian style meatloaf, I wanted to include some good tomato sauce. And I'm just laying this on nice and thick. And this will thicken up a little bit as it continues to cook. And I don't care if it runs off a little. All right, we're gonna let this finish up. We're gonna continue to monitor the internal temperature. We're looking for 160 degrees, and then we're gonna pull it. We'll see you then. It's time to get this meatloaf out, but before we do, I want to tell you a little bit about the grill. It's like 18 degrees out here today. I had it set for 250, and as you know, I've got the meatloaf on that middle rack position, so we're a little further away from the heat source. My thermometer was measuring about 15 degrees low, so I bumped it up to 265, and at that middle position, I was averaging 250 degrees. I just checked it with my Thermapen. We're at 160 in the thickest part. It is time to pull it off. All right, let's see what this thing looks like. Man, I can tell you what, it does look good. I'll get these probes out of here. And it's nice to use these wire racks because you can just pick up whatever you just cooked and pull it off the grill. It's got a nice red color from that smoke, and then obviously we topped it with some of that fresh tomato basil. All right, the meatloaf is done. It is time to cut into it, and I'm gonna tell you what, I'm excited. Got my slicing knife here. I'm gonna cut right into the center of this. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Check that out. You can tell that we've got some smoke penetration there with that smoke ring. It's nice and hot, it's super juicy, and it is time to give it a try. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut myself a slice. I might as well slice this up pretty good while I'm in here. And I'm gonna give it a try. Got a nice end piece there. Now that is one delicious meatloaf. You really get a nice smoky flavor from that lump charcoal and that hardwood that we use with the cherry and hickory. Nice, nice smoke taste. If you love meatloaf, or you're an anti-loafer who isn't convinced yet, then this recipe is for you. I suggest you take a look. Like I said, I've got it down in the description. The recipe itself is for a 1-pound meatloaf. Today we made a 4-pound monster meatloaf. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time at Anderson's Smoke Show. Thanks again for tuning into Anderson's Smoke Show. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out that recommended video, then my Facebook and my Instagram pages. I'll see you there.